would say that this is a pretty anticipated video. Today we're gonna be looking at my personal watch collection. Let's roll my motherfucking music so I can show you some of my pieces from inexpensive to pretty expensive.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. This is your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. Watch collection. I mean, when I think of watch collection, I think of like 20, 30 watches. So, watch collection is a few watches. So I guess technically it's a collection. But it's more so like a shot of my personality, right? This shows different levels and growth within myself personally, financially, in watch knowledge and what I'm trying to obtain. These watches aren't purchased with investment in mind or anything like that. It's more about personal taste than anything. Sometimes trying to keep with the Joneses, sometimes trying to level up, but never did I approach this with investment in mind. At the end of the day, watch investment, like anything else, is super volatile. You gotta buy it at the correct price for it to even be considered an investment. You also have to have relationships with like ADs when you wanna get one of those high-end brands for it to grow and market. And building that relationship with an AD takes time, takes a lot of money, and can easily get fucked like that when you try to flip a watch to the gray market. So, and to clarify, AD is authorized dealer, somebody who's like an authorized dealer for Rolex, Patek, etc. So my watch collection definitely has different levels. It's not all like fancy shit, but it's all stuff that I really like. So I got my watch roll. It's a Wolf watch roll with inserts. I'm gonna start with a watch that maybe 12 years ago, and I believe I got it off like not Home Shopping Network, but one of those type shits, QVC. I don't remember, but I know I saw it and I thought it was a very handsome watch. Never heard of the watch brand till this day. I'm still not super familiar with the watch brand, but it's an Ingersoll IN 6900. Now this is a stainless steel watch with rose gold plating. It has a little bit of a steampunkish style design. It is German influenced. It's an automatic movement, 24 jewel according to it. You see the balance wheel there. It's not very decorated or anything like that, but it's a pretty handsome watch. It has a beautiful leather strap on it with the butterfly deployment. I thought it was super handsome, a nice dress style watch that had some size and girth to it. Now this is approximately 42 millimeters, so it's a bigger watch on my wrist, but this was literally a watch that cost at the time, I think, 300 bucks. Now I'll be honest with you, this watch nowadays barely gets worn, but it's still a handsome watch. It's worked fairly well. What I have noticed throughout the years is that winding the watch has become a little bit grittier and a lot tougher. It probably needs some sort of servicing. Am I gonna be servicing it anytime soon? Probably doubt it, because the servicing is probably gonna cost almost as much as the fucking watch. But I'm gonna rock it out till the wheels fall off, and I'll hit you with the wrist profile. It's a pretty tall watch from the side profile, and it has that two-tone, as I mentioned, that two-tone steampunk look. But the rose gold kind of looks copperish at this point due to age, but it still has a big presence on the wrist, and it's still pretty handsome. So $99, 300 bucks. Ingersoll, just a handsome, good-looking watch that I wanted something fancy, dressy. Next one. Now we're gonna jump into some of my babies. This is a fun little toy. I love this watch. I think it's super handsome, very well built, and so cheap. Great entry level if you want that Rolex homage look. And this is my Invicta Pro Diver. Clearly, it mirrors a Rolex Submariner date. Automatic movement, stainless steel. It's hard for me to get a shot of the back. It's a handsome ass watch. It still works perfectly fine. I've had this watch for, maybe 10 years. Still winds perfectly, super smooth, very nice, still holds time well, and it's a very handsome piece. I mean, this watch, you can find it for 50 bucks. You can literally find this watch for $50 online. You can shop it on Amazon, eBay, Google the fucking thing, And it's a very handsome watch, very inexpensive. If you want something Submariner-esque with a good build quality, I have no problem with Invicta. I mean, I'll wear it and rock it, and people are like, yo, I like that sub. I'm like, nah, this is a $50 watch. I'm proud to say it. I have no qualms with me like, nah, it's a Rolex kind of, but nah, there's no hype. It's 50 bucks. I like how it looks, and it fucking just feels nice and sturdy on the wrist. Wrist profile. Very handsome looking for $50. What more do you want? I've seen cheaper Chinese reps that feel like shit and complete soda cans. This does not. I mean, I think this is a good buy. 50 bucks for something this handsome? Why not? Next one. I tell you, I'm a fan of Invicta, and this is another Rolex homage to the Daytona, and this is the Invicta Speedway. Gold plated, obviously. You can see that it is plated pretty decently around, and this one's been in my collection for about 10 years or so, and still hold plating, which is fucking remarkable. Better than some of these gold-plated jewelry shits that I've purchased before. Now this one is not automatic. This one, it runs on battery, and the battery is dead on this one. Haven't worn this one in a while. Has that Rolex homage Daytona look with that champagne color dial. I think very, very handsome. Also a watch that you can get well under 100 bucks if you shop it around. Again, over 10 years. I don't burn the shit out of it, meaning I wear it on a daily basis, but it is hold plating fairly well. If you're a daily beater and you beat the piss out of these all the time, obviously plating is going to fade. This is about having a good watch that's a handsome looking watch, and not everything in your collection has to be $5, $6, $7, $8, $15,000. Wrist profile. Another handsome piece, very eye appealing. Somebody's eye will be attracted to your wrist and really question, like, was this dude wearing a Rolex? Like, they will definitely question that fact because it absolutely looks like a Daytona from afar. Next one. Next one is a watch that gets a lot of wear from me. I love this watch. I got it off an eBay seller. It was the first time I've ever seen anything like this, and it's developed some more and more hype with more modifications and more details being put into these fucking timepieces, and this is a watch that will last forever because it has the pedigree. This is the infamous Casio. This is the Casio with the rose gold shell and the rubber strap. Obviously Tamira and AP offshore. It is a big boy. I believe this one is 44 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken. 42 or 44. I think it's 44. Let me see. No, maybe it's 42. I think this is in the 42 space. Great daily beater. This has been confused on my wrist for an actual AP. I've had multiple compliments and people are like, yo, that AP is dope. And I'm like, nah, it's a Casio. They're like, what? And then they look at it and they get so intrigued, like, fucking Casio. They're like, they don't know whether to vocalize how dope it is or how they really feel. It's such a jarring experience watching people's faces like, why? Or that shit is fly, or them wanting to admit like, yo, I would rock this shit. I'm not embarrassed to wear a Casio. This is a super fun watch. Beat the piss out of it. It's a Casio. The name and reputation has standed the test of time. This is an amazing fucking watch. I love this watch. It's super great, and nowadays you can find it for cheaper than I paid. I think I paid 500 bucks, so I overpaid. I never heard of the watch. You can possibly get it in the 3s or maybe even late 2s. Some people are just inclined enough to build it themselves, getting parts from like AliExpress or whatever for next to nothing. That's your prerogative, and that's something you can definitely YouTube and Google how to do. But if you guys are interested in a super fun, cool looking watch, what's funner than a Casio? Next one. All right, now we're moving up into a little bit of a higher price point. Now, this one was one I recently dropped a video on. I bought this for pure nostalgic purposes, and it's an icy watch. Now, it's my only diamond watch, and I literally bought this because it just gave me great memories of good times in my life, just to remind me of my hood, and it's that diamond bezel Techno Marine. This was a staple in a ton of rap records back in the early 2000s. Great fucking watch. This is definitely an chill, beachy, hot weather type vibe with that jelly strap. Yes, it has the diamond bezel on it. so it adds a little bit of a flair so you can flex it from the beach to like the beach bar and still have that diamond accent on it. This watch is a very, very nice watch. Wasn't super expensive. I forgot what I paid for it, but I think it was in the $400 or $500 range, pre-owned. Japanese movement, and the cruise line, which is this, is a super fun watch. I think it's very playful, very funky, underrated, still in like the Caribbean, like Puerto Rico. This is still a hype ass watch. Like if you got this, you made it, or you got some sort of status there, or an up and coming artist. So this is how up and coming artists get their first diamond style watches. So my Techno is fire. Next one is a custom Seiko that I got made by, I believe the name now is NH Horology on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description if you guys want. Love this watch. Not inexpensive. I believe it was in the space of $1,000 that a Seiko cost me. Yeah, I know. And I got an aftermarket strap. This isn't the original strap that it came on, but it's a beautiful, fully custom, fully built Seiko mod to mirror a Rolex Yacht-Master, which is one of my grail watches. Gorgeous. This is fully custom interior and exterior mother of pearl dial. The lume on this is insane. Buttery smooth. The plating on it is lasted beautifully. I have it on this beautiful British racing green strap. You can see in the back. Sorry for the difficulty in focus here. Now, one of my favorite features from this watch is this. The lume on this is incredible. If I turn off all the lights, this shit gets super, 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 super bright. Incredible lume on this joint. Really, really sick. I love how this watch looks. Fits oh so comfortably on my wrist. NH Horology, he does an amazing job with these watches and does every kind of custom that there is. Look at this wrist profile. This is a stellar watch. You can't believe how many fucking compliments I get on this watch. I've been to I don't know how many jewelry stores in my area, and people are like, what is that? Wow. It's jaw-dropping for people. This definitely has better looks than some Rolexes or some high-end watches out there. I'm telling you, $1,000 is not cheap for a Seiko. But I'm telling you, it's beautiful, and you can pretty much feel like nobody around you is gonna have this because it's fully custom. Next one. Now, for you label whores, we're getting to the fancier stuff. Now, this one was one I purchased recently because I had a 36mm Rolex before, stainless steel, very similar to this one, and I think 36mm just fits on my wrist very well. As well as I wanted to do a video on the Moto watch group and how easy or difficult it is to purchase a watch there, be reliable, be confident about it, see how the transaction was, and it really was absolutely flawless. It's a great watch group. You can develop great relationships as long as you're not a scumbag. If you have some integrity and build relationships with these dealers, you can get some phenomenal deals. And this is a Rolex 16030, date just classic 36mm. Beautiful watch. Not much really to say about the watch. It's a classic timepiece, 36mm. I believe 36mm is gonna make a little bit of a resurgence. I know Rolex just dropped an Explorer, brand new, super handsome, again in 36mm, which is developing some hype. This is very small on a man's wrist. You have to have a petite style wrist to really rock this joint and make it look nice. What a lot of dudes tend to do is buy these aftermarket completely bust down with an oversized bezel to give that 36mm, 38, 39, 40mm look, depending on how big the stones or pointers that you decide to put in these. These watches nowadays are used to just literally drill holes everywhere and bust it down. That's not what I'm looking to do with this piece. Now, maybe in the future for a video, I might put like a diamond bezel or maybe an aftermarket dial where I can keep this one onto the side or whatever. Something that isn't a permanent fixture on the watch, something that I can play with and just put it back to this original look. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do that, but for content, I do almost anything. Again, a beautiful, beautiful timepiece, works super stellar. I got it from, I think the seller's name is Arts Timepieces on Instagram. A very accredited seller in the Moto watch group. It was under $5 but it was a trade. This is like a daily wear for me, and it just fits super well and very comfortable on my wrist profile. Very nice, 36mm on camera, looks a little bit bigger, and obviously on my wrist it looks pretty much perfect. lightweight, not heavy, super handsome. You got the Jubilee band, which gives it that classic Rolex style. This is a nice subtle flex for those who want to be in that space, but I like it because it's just a classic timepiece that works very well, and it's a Rolex. Next one is the newest watch in my collection that I was blessed with, and this is a watch that I've wanted for a while as well. Medium size also, because again, of my small wrist, I'm looking for something classy, elegant, slightly modern with modification capabilities, meaning that this has that easy quick release system where I can change it from a steel trap to a rubber custom or to a leather custom and really give it an overall different look. And this is my 2018 Cartier Santos medium. This one is no dates. You got that traditional Cartier style, aka the original wristwatch. Beautiful piece. I also got a custom leather strap made for it. And this, for me, just screams elegance and sexy. With that little Cartier blue stone, it just, these little nuances to this, the bracelet, the screws on the bracelet, the actual look, the shape of it, it gives it a lot of personality and a lot of sex appeal for me. This is a watch that I've wanted for a long time and feel that it's going to be in my collection for a very long time based on how much I've wanted. This is more of a woman's size, but a lot of men wear it when they have smaller wrists like myself. So I'll hit you with that. Love this watch. Wrist profile. Super handsome, super classy. Another watch that gets destroyed and drilled holes to set diamonds that aren't worth shit. I mean, to each their own, wear what you want. A bust down watch is super fly. Some of them look way better than others, and it's an absolute flex piece. For me, I like a little bit of a diamond accent. If it's factory, even better, but I don't need the full bust down. My lifestyle doesn't scream bust down anything. This screams classy, sexy, wear it with a long sleeve, wear it dressed up, business casual, and everybody's gonna know that you have a beautiful classic timepiece that screams Cartier. And last and certainly not least, this is, I wanna say, not my first big boy piece, because I've had other Rolexes before, but this is one that I wanted. It just screams like Miami cocaine cowboys in the 80s. This is a beautiful piece. I get the best of both worlds. I get the gold aspect, I get the stainless steel aspect. This is a watch that's polarizing, and I feel that at this point, it's gaining a little bit more momentum. Since it's a two-tone piece, two tones don't go up in value or have the interest that a stainless steel or a fully gold piece does. A lot of people don't like wearing two-tone pieces. They like to stick with either stainless or full gold. Me, I like a two-tone piece. I have no problem with it as long as it's beautifully aesthetic. And this is my 1980s Rolex Submariner Bluesy 16613. I love this watch, and if you look at it at the right light, you see that the dial with age has actually turned purple, not the traditional blue that it comes with. With like extreme sunlight and age, that original blue turns into this purplish type age beautiful look, and I am a blue and purple fan, so the age of that dial is what sold me on this watch. Forget that it's a Submariner, forget that it's anything else. It was that purple dial that aged oh so well that really intrigued me to this watch. It's an old watch. I changed the insert on it because it was pretty fucking beat up. So I did the insert change. I put a rubber strap on it. This is a Swedish watch strap, fucking expensive. This is by a brand called Rubber B. Essentially, it's one of the best straps out there and very expensive, along with like Everest and Horus and shit like that, which are also great straps. But this one just feels and conforms. It has a lot of flexibility, very well made. Again, quite expensive for a watch strap. I think it was like 200 something bucks. My Bluesy is fucking great. Obviously, I put it on a rubber strap. I do have the two-tone strap, which comes stainless steel and 18 karat gold. I keep that one just chilling because I don't want to fuck it up too much. And I do enjoy a rubber strap. One of my grail watches, the Yacht-Master 40. Clearly, I like that rubber strap kind of look. That's my thing. It preserves the original strap, gives it some personality, some color. I'm not here to flex or anything like that. I want to customize a watch that embodies my personality and not what people are gonna be like, oh shit, what? I don't give a fuck about that. I bought this watch because it screams me. It's from the 80s. I'm an 80s baby, and I want it sexy, big boy sub, was around the $8,000 mark, and has definitely climbed up in value. So this one has definitely grown, and it has been an investment piece, which I didn't intend it to be an investment piece, because when I bought it, there was like really no big interest for it. Now it's gaining in popularity when other models and sizes and shit like that have skyrocketed. Now the underdogs are becoming more hyped. The Explorers, the size 36 millimeters, etc. So this one is definitely very much me. I've had multiple offers to buy this watch. People have wanted to buy it right off of my wrist, and I'm just not planning on letting it go anytime soon. I just think it's perfect. Wrist profile. Sorry for the super long video, but I hope it was entertaining to y'all. Again, I keep a watch roll. I have a Wolf watch roll. I have two different inserts. I got purple and gray. These aren't the best. I love the construction of the Wolf watch roll. I think it's beautifully aesthetic. I mean, it's a sexy ass watch roll, but I like the watch rolls that you can take apart, because it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to do this over the other one, scratch the other one. These are a little inconvenient. I'm definitely gonna get some newer watch rolls for sure, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, this isn't a flex video, and I hope you guys understand that. I mean, I have a $50 watch to, you know, X amount of dollars. This is just showing you a little piece of me, and I hope you guys enjoy that shit. I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know what is biggest in the game? Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? One of them's gonna pass the test. For the fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.